Melbourne, so coming even more close to home. 38% of Melburnians selected healthcare and hospitals as the top issue facing Victoria, making it the most important issue for the time period, so consistency again. The top 5 issues as reported by Melburnians have remained the same as the previous quarter. Again, the order has changed, with housing slipping down a couple of pegs. Housing is an interesting one in that those people who probably don't own a home are cheering on for the house prices to drop, and those of us that do own a home or recently bought a home are probably cheering it on to either go up or stay stable, but for interest rates to drop. So it's a difficult one to get right. But either way, we're seeing that the relative importance of housing, price of housing, is dropping a little bit, and it's slowly dropping. Okay, again, here we're looking at Melburnians versus all other metros, so this includes the balance of Australian capital cities, excluding ourselves, and what we can see is we're relatively similar to everybody else. The only difference being that crime, law and order, violence and antisocial behaviour is more acute in Victoria. Now, in Melbourne, sorry. Being a Victorian myself, I've noticed over the last couple of years that things seem to be a little bit more visual in that space. We're seeing a lot more of kind of homemade amateur violence being put onto the television, being put onto the Herald Sun website. The application of smartphone applications means that we're able to produce more media, but also to consume more media at the same time. So I had one of the guys from the office dig up a couple of stats on it, and so from a production perspective, we've got 48 hours of footage is uploaded onto YouTube every minute, just as a bizarre fact. And there's 3 billion clips are viewed on YouTube every day, and that's growing and growing and growing. Smartphone penetration is growing and growing and growing. There's more CCTV cameras around than ever have been before, from both a government perspective and from nightclubs and companies. So the ability to actually produce something and make it visual is more acute than it ever has been. And that's not unique to Melbourne, but it's something that as a Melburnian I've noticed over the past couple of years. So I guess Melbourne, in summary, the top 5 issues facing Victoria, as reported by Melburnians, have remained relatively stable. And during the quarter ending July 2011, we're more likely to report crime, law and order, violence and antisocial behaviour compared to non-Melburnian metropolitan Australians.